Welcome to Well Since We're Here, the podcast where we explore a wide range of dilemmas, issues, problems, and situations, also known as dips. So sit back and open up your mind. Let's talk about it. Well, since we're here, baby, let's talk about it. 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 Shh, it's just me and you. We ain't got to tell the whole crew. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Well Since You're Here. I'm your host, Gucci, and joining me in this motherfucker today is my girl, Mahogany. And boy, I cannot wait to get into this motherfucking conversation because this shit is going to get hot. It's going to get heated. And some shit going to be said. So join us on Well Since We're Here as we discuss, does religion play a part in your identity or who you identify as? What's up? This your boy Gucci, and with me today is Mahogany. Mahogany, say what up, though?
What up?
Yes,
What
yes, 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 Mahogany. Yes, we were to talk about the shit. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest pains in my ass when it comes to religion in particular is, when you meet most people, you know what I'm saying, the joke or how they identify is always identify as a Christian, identify as a Christian. You see them on dating shows, you see them on anything. They're looking for a God-fearing person. And for me, I don't identify as a congregate of any relation. I have a relationship with the higher power. It's a spiritual relationship that I have. And I just don't care to, congregate with people like that no more. And I have my reasons, which we discussed in a little bit. But, Mahogany, tell me, like, what's your experience with God, your relationship with, like, going to churches or temples, Muslims, whatever, what's your experience? What's your thoughts?
I am the church, and love is my religion. So those are my only two rules.
You better say
And
that,
I have a connection with God and or the Most High. It's an intimate connection, more so of a relationship. So I'm not religious at all. I do practice in spirituality, and it's not even practice in spirituality because I feel you can't practice something that you are. I feel everybody here, regardless of what cult, what community, or culture you belong to, you are a spirit having an earthly experience. So in this experience, I understand that God dwells in all things. And because of that, I am connected to the divine. So yeah, I don't go to church. Church is in me. I fellowship just by having normal conversations and connections with people all over the world in random relationship, familyship, whatever, the case is, the experiences that we're having. And yeah.
So my question is, for all the listeners out there, they probably wondering too, like, have you ever been to church? Have you ever been affiliated with any type of, religious type of activities?
Yeah. I grew up a Christian Baptist my entire life. Um, at about 33 is when I felt there was something more. I just kind of like looked at the experiences that I personally was having and the people that, I fellowship with in church, not in a judgmental way, but in a way of judging so that I could have a set scale on what life should look like, how you should be living righteously, so like, and as I like gathered.
So we're back, and I'm sorry about the interruption. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we're back. And before the interruption, I was speaking with Mahogany about, did she have a fellowship with going to religious services and things of that nature? And she said she did, obviously. So, we wanted to make sure that people understand that her experience don't come from being a quote unquote atheist or a person that's never believed or never attended. This is more of a personal experience. And for me, my question is, do you have any fond or any memories that made you look at religious services or facilities in a different light?
Not really any particular experiences like in the church or anything like that. Just in general, like how people would go to church every fucking Sunday and like your life's still the same. You pastors that get up there and preach on the pulpit, the congregation, a fellowship, and it's just like they weren't applying the word. Like the word lives within you. So I was just like, I don't know how you could be a part of an organization that's supposed to help enlighten and bring souls to God and Christ. But it's like, I don't know, it's just almost like it was the opposite. So for me, I kind of just felt like it was just all bullshit.
Like
And,
being counterproductive in what they're supposed to be doing and shit.
exactly. And so, like, yeah, I just personally, had my awakening when I was 33. And that's when I just realized, like, it's something more to this thing than just going to church, worshiping on Sunday for an hour or two, listening to the pastor preach these same ass sermons about the same things over and over and over again about something that have happened in their life, and it's like, it's nothing, you're not getting anything really of substance that you could apply to your life, is what I really felt. Or if
Yeah, I
they
feel
were
you, man.
giving you substance, they weren't applying it to their own lives, and it was like contradicting on what they was just preaching or saying in general. So like, yeah, I had my spiritual awakening at 33. That's when I realized that there had to be something more. So I went within to find that more.
Yeah, for me, I remember attending church services with my family, and like some of my fondest memories actually came from being in religious services. So, like, I remember, my aunts would cook and they had a more, man, one of my aunts, she fucking, God rest her soul, she was everything. And one of my fondest memories, or a lot of my fondest memories, came from attending church services with her. But, as I got older, the nostalgia of that just wasn't what it seemed to be, and you begin to, like you said, you hear the same sermons Sunday in and Sunday out. You don't see no change, no progression. You try to live right, live holy, do everything that's according to the Bible, and it's like it's just not working out. One thing that I really took an issue with, and it kind of steered me away from being a religious participant to more of a spiritual actualist, if I will, is, going to church and, paying tithes and, trying to be the right person, stand up, not be a criminal, all that shit they teach you to do. And you look around and you in an all black church, you have a picture of a white Jesus with blonde hair, blue eyes that I'm supposed to pray to. According to that book, looks nothing like that. We have no reference of what he actually looks like because no one is supposed to never seen him. So you want me to follow all of this hoping and wishing and praying for some shit that you have believe in because you give me half-ass effort, half-ass answers, but you pushing my dollars. You know what I'm saying? You making sure I pay tithes, building funds, and all this other shit or whatever while you live extravagantly and I'm a peasant, you know what I'm saying? Wait on God, your mansion's in heaven, but you have one on earth, and I'm fucking taking the bus while you got parking service and luxury vehicles and shit. Like, it doesn't sit right with my spirit, you know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not envious or jealous of what they possess, but, you know what I'm saying, do that shit on somebody else's dime. I'm here to hear about God, I'm being judged every Sunday, I'm told I'm going to hell, but pay my tithes and offering. Why am I putting into a bank account that I can't even cash out? That's like in America right now. We paying Social Security. We not even gonna get that shit. So I'm paying into tithes, offering, building fund, but I'm already condemned. So that means that when I get through doing all this depositing, I'm gonna get told, no, I don't get a motherfucking return on my investment. I can't get into heaven. I've been faithful. I've showed up to work. I've did what I needed to do, and I don't get a paycheck.
Yeah,
What?
that's
That's
wild.
slavery.
It is. That's wild. But that's how it be. Like, you will go, just exactly what you was just saying. There'll be people on the sick and shut in list. There'll be people going homeless. There'll be single mamas that need help. They can't feed her kids, can't clothe her kids, need assistance with back to school, whatever the case could be. And it's like you will belong to an organization such as a church, and they won't help you. Like, they'll tell you to pray. They'll pray for you. They'll call you up front to put you on blast, to pray for you. And it's just like, I mean, I get it. I know how strong prayer can be. But at the same time, when you in need, you can't wait. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you got the finances to physically help me, that's what you should do. And I just feel like, why is there so much poverty going on? Why is there so much hurt, trauma, pain going on? Why is it like, and there's a church home on every corner. Like, but they're not doing anything for the community, for the people that belong, the members of the church. Like, it's just wild. It's wild. Look at when COVID happened. The churches closed down, but that's where you're supposed to go to recharge. That's where you're supposed to go, to fellowship in faith. That's where you're supposed to go. They ass was scared. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's wild.
Look. Where's all that faith that your ass been telling me to practice all this time? You don't have faith in this God that you tell me to worship or whatever, that he gonna stop COVID from. You said, if he said mountain be thou removed, you scared of COVID? You can move a mountain, but you can't block a sneeze in this bitch. I'm just saying.
Right.
You can move a mountain, but you can't block a sneeze.
Yeah, that's why it's wild. Like, that's why I pulled back, because I started to realize that, it's not about my relationship with God, the Most High.
Exactly.
My relationship, I got God within me. The thing is like, when man try to add they razzle dazzle to it, they fuck it up every time. Like, every time. Like, I don't know. I feel like, instead of waiting, I feel like I serve a now God. And I understand that things happen, most of the time in divine timing. But I also feel like the fastest way to manifest is to move. You got to flow within what you're doing. I don't feel like, instead of getting on your knees and praying, get up and get on your feet and use the tools that God gave you, your mind, your heart, your hands, your feet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were created in his image. He wasn't a wait on the next motherfucker type person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he spoke it into existence and went out there and got it. And that's what I feel like, I don't know.
I feel like, the truth was, I was tired. I was tired of being used for glory and a prophet of the pulpit, and you condemn me to go to hell, but you pay me to come play an organ or sing, or fellowship and bring in dollars. But if I'm only being used for your glory and your profit, why invite me in? If you condemn me, your God hate me, why invite me in or whatever? Why invite me in to pretend that you fucking care, only to dog me out anyway?
Yeah.
That's like being in an abusive relationship, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be very clear. I love God. I love and serve the Most High.
Yeah.
However, I don't get into that cult bullshit in churches. You know what I'm saying? It's a membership game and whatever. You know what I'm saying? They only to bring in dollars. These are businesses. These are not even tax exempt organizations or whatever. They just as corrupt. Because when you think about it, motherfucker living off the high horse, not paying taxes. I'm paying taxes and then giving you 10%. And I know I don't get no play, no nothing. That shit crazy to me. And ever since I turned away from attending church services, and if that's your thing, do it. I'm not stopping nobody, I'm not telling nobody, but for me, you know what I'm saying? The moment I stopped going to church every Sunday, you know what I'm saying, I stopped feeling ashamed of who I am. I didn't choose to be this way or whatever. I didn't wake up and be like, let me go against the grain because fuck it, ain't nothing else to do. Like, it was within me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel condemned. You know what I'm saying? My God has blessed me tremendously. I live and I thrive, you know what I'm saying, vicariously without even questioning it, because I know that the Most High has me and I have him. And, you know, I don't need for nobody to come with them nasty ass spirits. But God told me to tell you this. No, bitch, you want to tell me that shit under the guise of it's from the Most High because you a snake ass bitch in a nice hat and some gloves, bitch, but you a snake. Let's be very clear. God
No,
placed this on my spirit. Fuck you mean? Like, he couldn't tell me.
yeah.
You know, God told me, bitch, you nasty. You using God and that smile to fucking fool me. And I was just so sick and tired of that bullshit or whatever. It's like you trying to be nice to your bully. I felt fucking bullied. Grown ass men feeling bullied. Like these motherfuckers waiting on me like they after school gang and shit or whatever. Let me speak to you right after service for what?
Yeah.
Well, you know, God told me did he tell your son to stop fucking all these choir members? Did he tell your son to stop fucking his best friend's wife? Did he tell your pastor to stop fucking, you know what I'm saying, the lady on the second row behind his wife? No, he skipped all them to take little old me to the side and be like, you know, he ain't listening to me, so go tell him sister so-and-so. Go give him a hand, brother so-and-so. Get that bullshit up. I mean, I remember being in church and this dude would be like, help us. He'll be like, Lord.
No, for real, because that's exactly what the fuck he should have been saying. Help us, because what the hell?
Yes, I'm like, bro, who are we getting help from him, the pastor? Are we getting help from the spirit? Like, you don't help us, Lord. Like, this shit's so funny, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I went to church, I belonged to this church here in Nevada, and I remember that I was practicing to become a youth pastor,
Okay.
and yeah, and like, you know, it was like they wanted me so bad. Like they seen that I had radical faith. They seen the glow. You know what I mean? And it was like they attacked me from the time I like first came to the church service, and then every time I would come back, they wanted to speak to me. Every Sunday, the pastor would get on the pulpit and he'll have a message that God was trying to tell me in front of everybody. You know, he ain't forgot about you. He gonna bless you. This, and that. And you know, and I believe it because, you know, I don't need anybody to intercede for me. I speak with God myself. You know, so like, I had joined the ministry while I was practicing and studying the word so that I could go ahead and transition into a youth pastor. But I remember now, you know, we're dealing with people that's disabled, you know,
Okay.
can't walk, can't see, blind, you know, can't talk, you know, like just many different disabilities. And, you know, the spirit fell on me. And I got reprimanded by coordinator because she didn't want me to catch the Holy Ghost because I got a job to do because the cameras was rolling.
Ain't that
And
some
when
shit?
she came to me, yeah, and she came to me so nasty and so rude, like, you don't need to be praising. You have a job that you need to be doing. We're recording. We're being watched all across the world. Like, what? So then I knew you wanted my praise to be fake. You thought that, you know, I was in here like this was a show, like this was some
A
type of,
production.
yeah. And that shit blew my mind so bad. I went home and I prayed about it, and God told me to stop going to church. Like, stop going to church. You are the church. I'm within you. Like I said, and that's when I started to go within. And then I embarked on my journey of spirituality. But like, yeah, that was my draw. Like, and it bothered me because I'm like, damn, they was really like feeding off my energy, like really trying to attack me, so to speak, like bullying me into position where it's not on your time, like, you know what I mean? But like, they didn't want me to go nowhere. They was trying to force, you know, me into leadership and stuff like that. And it's just like, slow down. You know what I mean? Like, I got some things that I need to get right. Like, cause for me, I'm not gonna fake it. You know, I got to get my heart right, my soul, my spirit right, because I'm not gonna get up there and be preaching the word or allowing God to use me and I'm a mess. Even though I know God can use anybody, you know, in whatever position that they're in, I just felt like, you know, like, I don't know, I just felt like that was just too much for me. And when Shorty came at me, like, with that energy talking about I shouldn't be praising the Lord, like, what the fuck I supposed to tell the Holy Ghost? Slow down. You know, get up off me right now. Like, I got a job to be doing. Like, what? That's wild. Yeah, that was it. I never been back.
So in short, you know, I think what's important about this podcast is that, you know, we try to approach everything from an unbiased or sometimes biased opinion. And for me, you know, whether or not religion plays a part in my life or not, you know, that's my personal choice and my personal decision. But you as a listener, as a person, you do what you feel is best for you. I've just said that through my own tragedy experience and even Mahogany's, you know, that we have chosen to take a different path based on our personal interactions within and outside the religious field, you know. And, you know, if you want to be Christian or Muslim, Buddhist, whatever it is that you want to be, if it makes you a better person, then by all means do what is best for you. I just say that, you know, you owe it to yourself to explore and to learn on your own. You know what I'm saying? To take, you know, like, you know, sort of like in Players Club when he says, you know, she don't trust nobody's information but her own, because, you know, you verify it. So, you know, you can take what they say as at face value, you know what I'm saying, but you owe it to yourself to research, to look into it. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, whatever decision you make is yours, you know what I'm saying, you have to live with it. But for me, it's a hard pass. You know, I'm tired of being prostituted for profit. You know, it was just too much for me. You know, I love God. He genuinely loves me. There's no conditional aspects of it to where, you know, I need to generate a minimum of this many dollars, you know, for me to feel like I've earned my keep, so to speak, inside of this religious community. So I'm good on all of that, you know. And always remember to love yourself like no one else would. You know, I'm your host, Gucci, and signing out for, well, since we're here, Mahogany, you want to say shout outs to anybody or say goodbye?
Peace.
And we'll talk to you on the flip side.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, we would like to thank our listeners for tuning in for new episodes each and every week. Please rate and review our podcast and download us wherever you receive your podcast. Be sure to follow or subscribe on our social media platforms under the handle, well, since we're here, and make sure that you turn on notifications so that you stay current on all new episodes.